back in the saddle. We're back in that ass, you know?
Yeah.
And we're back to going live.
It feels so good. I can feel it running right through me.
I can also feel this fucking intro coming on, baby.
Yes.
Good morning.
Transcending history and the world. A tale of souls and swords eternally retold. Welcome to the stage of history retold.
The mark of my dignity shall scar thy DNA.
Welcome back to Anthony Joe Tano here. The best teeth in the fucking game. And it's been a while.
It has.
You were on fucking vacation, you fucker.
Yeah, I was for a little bit. And then after I came back, we had that lawsuit against Ray William Johnson, against the whole...
the lawsuit in the form of my fists plunging into his asshole. All right, we've got a lot to talk about. A lot to cover. So what have you been up to in your hiatus?
So I'm not gonna go over everything, obviously.
You can
we've been
do it.
Here.
Do it.
Yeah,
do it.
do it. We have a lot of stuff. You
fucking
about.
pussy.
No,
do it. We're covering everything. We're not. We're not doing a 2-hour time limit this week. We're going as long as it takes.
All right. I'm good with that. Well, let's see here. From the last time that we were sitting here in the booth, I've been up to quite a bit. My classes finally ended, so I know what it's like to have free time again. It's nice, I gotta say. Being able to do shit and not feel like I'm being dragged down by school is great. One of those things that I've been up to is I picked up Persona Q, and I fucking hate that game. I'm not gonna lie. I hate everything about it. Okay, hold on. Let me not say that, because that isn't true. I enjoy Persona Q. From what I've played, I've gotten to the 3rd labyrinth out of the 4 I think there are in total, or 5. I'm not entirely sure because I obviously haven't beat it yet. But I made like 25 hours worth of progress in the game, and I hate the gameplay. I can't stand it. Because, like, have you ever played Etrian Odyssey before?
No, never.
So basically how it is like there's like a front row and a back row, and you can dedicate 5 members to those rows. So, like, for example, you have some characters like Aigis, let's say. She's always been in my party. She's the GOAT. She's good in Persona 3. She's good in Persona Q. So fuck it. I'm putting her in my party.
Vista.
So how it works, right, is like most magic users work better in the back row, obviously, and physical in the front row. So I would have like Aigis in the front row with Persona 4 protagonist and P3 protag, and then in the back I have Yukiko and who else did I put back there? And Chie. I think it was Chie that I put back there with Yukiko. So my party layout goes like that, and anytime that you go into a dungeon, into a floor of the labyrinth, because it's split in between different levels, obviously. And anytime that you go enter it, you start from the very first floor, and you can teleport to the deepest floor that you've unlocked, but you still have to travel like all the way through the dungeon. By what I mean by that is that you start at the beginning of that floor. You can't teleport to the end of that floor. So let's say that you ended on the 2nd floor. You would have to go all the way through that 2nd floor in order to enter the 3rd floor, which fucking sucks. But it isn't as bad because there's an option. I had to turn it on. Something that's unique about Etrian Odyssey and Persona Q, obviously, is you can map out where you're going. The game doesn't provide a map for you unless you turn that option on, which It's fine. That's just something from Etrian Odyssey, so I can't really get upset at that because, well, that's just that's how the game works. But I had to turn the option on because I hated fucking but like the buttons and the layout of how you were able to actually create the map. It's so ugly and it's so clunky that I just said fuck it and I turned on the auto map because
It's a fucking DS game.
I'm not. I'm not dealing with that. Like it. Well, don't get me wrong. I think it's pretty cool that they're optimizing the bottom screen entirely for that. That's pretty cool. They could have just gone the way that most JRPGs do, and just have like party status and HP and all that on the bottom screen. But they actually did something with it, so like I can't be too mad. But the implementation of like that system, it sucks. I hate everything about it. But it is what it is. It's from Etrian Odyssey. I never played Etrian Odyssey, and after playing Persona Q, I never want to touch it again. I never want to touch anything from that game again. The things that I enjoyed most, which I feel like it's a pretty obvious thing. I'm only there for the crossovers. I'm only there to see how the P3 crew interacts with the P4 crew. That's the only reason I play.
You and everyone else. You and everyone else, bruh.
Yeah, it's everything else about it is just it's painful. I've heard PQ2 is better, but I haven't.
It also is only in Japanese. It's only got subs, no dub.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there's no dub, which I don't mind. I'm more used to the English voices by now. I tried the Japanese voices for Persona 5 and I had to go back. That's the only game that I've experienced the Japanese voices with because I haven't played the P3 dancing or P4 dancing in Japanese, like with Japanese dub. So like I don't know what they sound like.
I tried playing Persona 4 in Japanese and I got kind of creeped out. There's like a lot of recognizable voices, but the voice of Rise, she's voiced by Rie Kugamiya, who also does the voice for Haruka in the Yakuza games. And it's kind of weird when you have a character who voiced your daughter in another game being horny around you.
Right?
Like you got Ame Koshimizu as Mai Shiranui voicing Yukiko. You got fucking old Joseph voicing Dojima. All right.
Wait, that's kind of cool though.
It is. Cool. Unsho Ishizuka is in everything. He's in Tekken, Dead or Alive, this, JoJo's. All right. Professor, he's in Pokemon.
Mr. 305.
Yeah. Rest in power, my goat.
Yeah. For sure. But damn, I completely lost my train of thought.
You were talking about Persona Q, the voices, but you were finishing up your review of it.
I mean, I don't have anything else to say besides the map system sucks and the gameplay is so boring that I would rather watch paint dry. But I understand the appeal because you know how in Persona, like the one more system from Persona, that's not in this game. It's I think I like this actually. I would like to see this in a mainline game, although it would be kind of broken. Anytime that you land a like a critical blow, the next cast for that character costs nothing. So theoretically, you could hit one crit at the beginning of the battle and never use MP again for the rest of that battle, which is pretty cool. But the only downfall for that is if you get hit, it goes away. So like it's kind of balanced, I would say, because if you were to put those characters in the front, like those physical characters in the front, and just have those two magic users in the back constantly hitting crits, it's pretty it's good, but it's also boring because it basically boils down to, hey, I have Hama on Mitsuru. I have Hama on Mitsuru. I can just spam Hama until everything is dead. So it's fun. It's a nice change of pace. There we go. Yeah, that's better. It's a nice change of pace. I don't know if it's great though. Like I would like to see that in a mainline game, but there have to be some changes because like there's no way that you would just be able to roll through an entire game with just weaknesses and crits alone. That would sound really boring for a mainline game.
Yeah.
But it's something unique that I would like to see implemented in some way. But other than Persona Q and Suffering, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. Basically, the only thing I've been playing besides Persona Q since I got out of school, and I'm not happy to say this, but I've put over 100 hours in the past month and a half alone. So there's
you smell that?
But yeah, it's me not showering.
It's your V card.
Yeah, I get it. I'm a fucking loser virgin.
Didn't you buy a special mouse for that game?
I did. No. This is not what we're gonna do. That mouse is like actually insanely helpful. I don't know how people play MMOs without these mice. I'm gonna be entirely honest, because in Final Fantasy XIV there are some classes, and I don't know any off the top of my head because I don't play every single job, but there are some jobs that have so many buttons, and I can't do it with only I can't only play those jobs with the numbers on the top of my keyboard. I only have so many buttons for those. But besides the slander, the reason I've been playing a lot is because recently there was an update for the game that came out, patch 6.1 released. And basically how it works for Final Fantasy is that every patch brings either a new raid, dungeon, like some PvP updates, the new raid tiers. And this one brought a new 24-man raid, which is fucking awesome. There's so many... What's the word I'm looking for here? There's so many different moments within that raid that are cinematic as fuck. It's so cool going through it for the first time, and I tend to have cutscenes off, because there's an option in the game after you've done something you can not have the cutscenes play anymore, so you don't have to skip them constantly. But for that raid, anytime that I know I'm going to do it, I turn that off because it's so cool. There's so many stunning visuals in that raid. They knocked it out of the park. It's so good. This raid is so good. It also added a new dungeon and a new PvP mode, which I haven't played, but surprisingly, it's been getting really good feedback. Almost everyone loves it. And I say that's surprising because if you know anything about Final Fantasy XIV, you would have heard that the PvP is is a mess. I should say that it was a mess because with the update, they also changed how some jobs work in PvP, and it's actually tolerable now. I don't hate going to frontlines roulette, which is basically just domination from COD. Then roulettes are used to get XP or a currency or whatever the fuck. So I don't hate going into there anymore, and it's pretty good. But I haven't played the new PvP mode. I can't speak on that. One of the better updates, or one of the better features that came with the update, is the reworking and recontextualization of the Realm Reborn dungeons. I don't know what the consensus is on those yet. From my experience, I think they're okay. It causes like this new update causes the dungeons to feel more boring, in my opinion, because a lot of the mechanics got changed. But for people that are just going in there for the XP, I think that these changes are for the better. Maybe. Dungeons like Copperbell Mines and Thousand Maws no longer take forever to complete as a result. And so me, who's already completed those dungeons almost a year and a half ago. Damn, holy shit. I've been playing for way longer than that. Oh my god, we're in 2022. Help me, Adam.
I can't.
However long it is that I completed those dungeons ago, I think that it's good. It's good. The changes are okay for some dungeons. Other dungeons feel slower somehow because they changed how every boss mechanic works mostly. So some dungeons actually end up taking longer as a result, but many of the unlikable mechanics were changed or removed. And I feel like the new attacks in place of them do a better job of communicating to new players how to handle them, such as donut attacks, which are basically just an area of effect where the only safe spot is under the boss or like in the boss's hitbox. And damn. The goddamn
motherfucking
it just does a better job of telegraphing. That's the word. Yes, telegraphing its attacks. The new revisions are a lot of fun and a much needed breath of fresh air because after so long, after going into those dungeons, you just hate it. You just hate it. So like this new update is great. It's good. It breathes some new life into the game. It also shows how preserving old content is just as important as focusing on new content. Well, another game. Yup. Another game that starts with D and ends with Destiny 2 suffers from. Oh, sorry. Damn, I need to get the cough checked out.
Well, actually, you can't not have the content vaulted. Shut the fuck up.
Well, actually, we're FOMOing you.
There's so much FOMO. Like I just realized that in playing Final Fantasy 14, how shit Destiny 2 is. Like I'm still gonna play it. Don't get me wrong.
God fucking damn it! Here you are, almost broken out, and then you fucking walk right back in.
Like I at this point I am fully aware that Destiny 2 just it just sucks as a game and as a product. But sunken ship fallacy thing here. But it is what it is. The changes also extend to the main scenario dungeons, which are
cost fallacy, maybe.
What's up?
Do you mean sunk cost fallacy or?
Yeah, what is that? Not what?
It's a sunken ship.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. That's that. You got what I'm saying. If no one got me, I know Adam got me.
I was like, I've never heard of a sunk. I was like, what the fuck does sunken ship mean? All I know is the captain must go down with the ship, but I guess I'm just a fucking dumbass. I don't know what
that is entirely what I meant. Oh. But I'm just speaking. You told me to just speak, and I'm just speaking.
Hey, go for it. I'll be here to ask questions as necessary. I'm interested in hearing about you talk about Final Fantasy. But. What was I on though? The change. You're right. The MSQ changes. The changes also go to the the main scenario quest, Castrum Meridianum and Praetorian, which are forced dungeons. You cannot progress through the story without those dungeons. And anytime that you go through those dungeons, cutscenes are always on. You cannot skip them. Everyone has to sit through them. And the new changes make them shorter, but also sacrifice some of the storytelling that was in those dungeons before the changes, which okay, hold on. I gotta speak on this real quick. Everyone says that Realm Reborn is bad and that it's slow and that it just sucks as an expansion. And after playing through it again, I went through it in New Game Plus mode. I went through it again, and you know what? It isn't bad. It's actually pretty decent. Everyone complains about the fetch quests
and how you're basically treated as a nobody, and that's because you are a nobody. You are not special in any sort of way in Final Fantasy 14 when you start out. You're literally just a dude that went to a place, and here I am. I am in Eorzea. I am an Eorzean citizen doing things, and I want to get my name up. And that's exactly what you do over the course of Realm Reborn. You prove yourself. That's the whole point of Realm Reborn. You are showing these people in Eorzea, hey, I'm a badass warrior, not a badass, the badass warrior of light, and you are going to respect me. And that's what goes into going into Heaven's Ward. That's where the story kind of picks up. Like, the Realm Reborn story isn't bad. It's meant to build you up as a character in Eorzea. And I don't understand the hate. I'll be honest. I don't understand the hate.
But why am I still getting hate?
Realm Reborn eating ass right now. On God. But yeah, I mean, Realm Reborn's story is it's decent. It's not as bad as everyone says. And although that might be the case depending on who you ask, the dungeons that you're now forced to run they're at least fun to do. You don't hate going into them. It was before the changes, it was called Netflix Roulette. And that's pretty fucking obvious why. Because you can't skip the cutscenes. So they're like, oh, all right, let me queue in. Let me go. All right, I got the queue to pop. All right, let's go watch Netflix for like half an hour and then come back. So, there was that change, which is good. Good. No more I don't think any cutscene reaches over 4 minutes. I didn't time it to the exact second. But generally speaking, they're not too long anymore, which good. Nice. However, there's not everything in this update has been good. Not because of the update changing anything, but actually because of the new Ultimate raid that released. The name is Dragon Song's Reprise, which is a callback to the Heaven's Ward expansion. And teams all over the world competed, with the first clear happening 6 days, I think, like 6.5 days after its release date. And usually what tends to happen is when a team is first to clear the ultimate, all the official Final Fantasy 14 accounts congratulate them. They put them all over social media and say, congratulations to this team for being the first team to clear the ultimate raid. This time around, though, that didn't happen. A few days after the first clear, they instead just gave a blanket congratulations. Like, congratulations to everyone that has cleared the raid. They didn't name them for the first time ever. Well, there's a reason. There's a reason for that.
No.
So basically, yeah. Basically, Daddy Yoshi P, he's getting fed up. He's getting fed up with Final Fantasy 14 players. And you know what? I would be too. Because fuck.
What did they do? What did they do?
The statement was like the whole post was pretty long, and it literally said not to take it out of context. But that's exactly what I'm going to do now, because I'm not reading that entire fucking thing. It basically boils down to them reinforcing their third party. Their TOS, their terms of service. And the TOS states that third-party tools and add-ons aren't allowed. They are not officially supported, and if the usage of these tools continue, that they will have no choice but to put their foot down. Previously, all they've said is, hey guys, can you please not show your add-ons? Please, we don't want you to use third-party tools and add-ons. Please, guys, don't do that. So now this time around, they're basically saying, all right, we like this needs to stop now. No more. This, of course, sparked an ongoing conversation. Like, it's still fucking going. For some reason, this conversation is still going about whether or not people should be using third-party tools. And the conversation was elevated when a GM or a game master actually took someone out of the ultimate raid and gave them a 10-day suspension. They actually banned them in game for streaming with third-party tools. Now there are people arguing nonsense about how that third-party tools should be banned and all of them are bad and this and that, and that's just straight up incorrect. Like I'll be honest, it's because there are so many plugins that I personally use because they're not officially supported in the game. Like one of my favorite ones, even though it's so fucking small that I don't think anyone would care about it, is the Great Separator. And you want to know what it does? It adds a comma between thousands, like numbers in the thousands. Because in the base game, it's all just one collective number. There is no comma. That is such a small thing that I feel should already be in the game. But, it isn't. So I have to use a third-party plugin for it. Another one I like to use is Simple Tweaks. I just realized I'm incriminating myself, but you don't have any proof that I'm using these plugins. So fuck you and fuck your mom. Right, Simple Tweaks. It basically just shows big recast timers. It shows like the item level on people when you're inspecting them. It has a lot of changes in there. Another thing that fucking Final Fantasy players need to like chill on is Party Finder, because Party Finder, you just post your whatever activity you want to do, and you post your team, you post how many people you have, blah blah blah. People use it for RMT, which is real money, real. I don't know what the M is, what the M stands for. I think it's real monetary trading, which is like you're trading a service for real money, which is not allowed at all. No one supports it. Everyone basically looks down on it. And I use an add-on that basically removes all the shit that I don't want to see. Like when I actually want to do an activity, that filter comes in clutch. Because usually the Party Finder list is hella long, but it takes out all those gross ass ones that no one wants to see. So you know what? I am standing with add-ons because I don't know how the fuck people can play Final Fantasy 14 without them. I'll be honest, because there are so many tweaks that add-ons do that are not in the base game. And like honestly, add-ons have been complementing MMOs since basically the beginning of time. And Final Fantasy 14 is no different, if you ask me. Because the only difference between Final Fantasy 14 and other MMOs is that Final Fantasy 14 provides all the necessary tools to really do anything in the game. Meanwhile, other MMOs, World of Warcraft, rely on those add-ons to fix the game's shortcomings. They have Blizzard themselves, not that I would support them, but they've come out and said before that they actually develop and create content based on the fact that people are using add-ons. So if you aren't using add-ons in World of Warcraft, you're at an actual disadvantage. Like you're actually putting yourself at a disadvantage for not using add-ons, which is so backwards to me. I don't understand why you wouldn't, go ahead and try to fix that issue instead of just saying, oh, well, it's out of our control now. Oh, well. And, for the most part, at least in Final Fantasy 14, I can't speak on World of Warcraft, all add-ons do are provide quality of life changes that make tasks less tedious, or it gives some new life with the UI changes. The only add-ons that I'm really indifferent about are programs that straight up tell you every single mechanic before it happens. That's cheating to me. Like, if you're knowing everything that happens, I've seen some of these plugins at play, and they straight up tell you where you need to stand to handle mechanics, how to handle them, where you need to go in order to like stack with someone else or spread from the group or whatever. That's straight up cheating. Like, I'll be honest, I don't like those add-ons or plugins or whatever the fuck. But I'll be honest, I don't care, because if someone in my party is using them and we get a clear, then that don't matter to me. I don't fucking care because a clear is a clear. And if that means that other people have to use those programs in order to clear the content, then so be it. Whatever. It doesn't affect me. I have no way, and like no one does really. You don't have any way of knowing whether or not these people are actually using those programs. And, you know, it at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. I personally don't like them, but then again, I don't have to use them. If other people do, that's fine with me. I understand accessibility. I know that the UI in the game is not always the best. It doesn't always do the best job of communicating information. So I understand that if people need to use them for an actual accessibility reason, then, you know, so be it. I'd rather progress forward with someone using these plugins than holding the team back by continuously failing mechanics. You know, it genuinely, I don't care. It does not affect me. And while I would prefer that they wouldn't exist so people can learn how to actually properly play, I understand I'm asking for the impossible to happen because these programs, let's be real, no matter what Square Enix does against these tools, they're not going to go anywhere. Like it's already such a big problem that no matter what they do, they're just always going to be there. I just think that this whole thing is kind of ridiculous because I have no idea why this conversation has been going on for so long. And to begin with, add-ons have always been a don't show, don't tell kind of thing. Because again, no one
don't
has
ask, don't tell. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like again, no one has any idea whether or not you're using these programs unless you say, "Hey, I am using a CactBot," or "I am using trigonometry," or you show it on your stream. No one knows. No one knows. I wouldn't even be using these plugins if the features were already in the game. And they did make a statement about implementing some of those. We don't know what those would be. They just said, we're looking to implement some of the popular add-ons in the future into the base game. And I just hope that the plugins aren't entirely banned without first being added to the game. Because that's where it seems that we're going. With people continuously pushing back against add-ons and Square Enix finally making a statement about it, that's where I think we're going to go with this. I think that add-ons and third-party programs are going to be flat out banned at some point. I don't want that to be the case, but we'll have to see. Because if this continues to be a problem, then I guess we'll just have to live with it, you know? But it is what it is. Those are basically my thoughts on the whole situation. But I gotta ask you, Adam.
What's up?
When was the last time that you played Halo Infinite?
Months ago. I've been playing way better games than Halo Unfinished.
Have you even heard anything about the new season?
Okay. The last time I heard anything about Halo Infinite was months ago. And it was from Eckhart's Ladder organizing like a competitive thing. And that's it. I've heard nothing about anything. Did the Heroes of Reach finally end?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not following the game. I'll be honest. I'm not following the game. All I know is that the new season, whenever it releases, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Okay, so then you haven't seen like the roadmap, right? That roadmap is fucking
I've
atrocious.
heard nothing about Halo Infinite.
So essentially, a roadmap released, and it's showing new season 2 content with has 2 new maps, has a few new modes with a fan favorite King of the Hill finally making a return. I don't understand how that wasn't in Halo Infinite at launch, but hey,
yeah, right.
Here we are. It's almost a year later, which is crazy to think about. Wow. It's been like, what, 6 or 7 months since the game released?
I thought it was.
remember.
Hold on, let me see. When did this shit come out?
Let me just.
Release date. Released on November 15th. So it was like 6 months.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about that it's been that long and this game is still in such a terrible shape. But outside of those updates, there's like some other miscellaneous changes. They literally only said quality of life. We have no idea what the fuck that means. I don't know what anything in the game is quality of life when the entire experience fucking sucks. But the mission select for campaign was not at release. I don't know if you played the campaign or not. I did not.
What?
I did not play the campaign. Mission select and just the mission select was not a thing at launch. And it's being implemented later in the season, along with Forge mode, which is finally getting a beta release. And do you want to know when those changes are coming?
Is it going to be like at least a year?
Oh, no, not as much. No, it's not that bad. No,
8 months?
It's closer. Yeah, those updates are releasing in September and October.
That's a fucking long ways away.
Yeah, this season
almost half a year. What the fuck?
The season is 6 months long, brother.
Jesus.
And okay, I understand that 343 statement was that they're prioritizing their staff's health, which is pretty based. You know, it's good that they're looking out for their employees. And I genuinely respect that. But for a live service game with the Halo name, one map for big team battles and one for like any other small scale mode, a single event, and a few modes for 6 months is yikes. That is really bad. It's kind of pathetic. I haven't played again. I haven't played in a little while, but from when I did play, it was in, I want to say maybe February, like mid-February was the last time I played. The game hasn't changed. It feels the exact same. Maybe some things have changed with the update, but from screenshots that I've seen and just overall conversations just online, it doesn't seem like the game has changed like at all. I don't get it. It's still boring and no one plays it. The Halo pros, I don't know if you know that those were a thing, but when Halo Infinite released, there were like actual pro teams like planned to play, which I find fucking hilarious because those people have already moved to different games. And it struggles to I don't like to use player counts as a way to determine whether or not a game is dead or not, but it doesn't even see 10,000 players on some days. It's why, that's not bad because I think the last time I checked it was 7.6K. And that isn't a dead game. Like it's not dead, but it's also not like booming either.
That is like a fourth of Black Ops 2's peak numbers. All right, 6 months after launch, that's like nothing compared to what earlier Halo games were doing. Like I'm pretty sure the old Halo 3 had like fucking quintuple the player size, maybe even more.
Dog, fucking, at least on Steam, I can't check Xbox player counts. But when I was looking at these statistics, there were some days where the Master Chief Collection, the old, quote-unquote,
had higher player counts.
Halo games, yeah, they had higher player counts.
Well, no fucking shit. Infinite. The Master Chief Collection is like fucking 5 games. I mean, 6 maybe, plus multiplayer. Plus all the shit that's missing from Halo Infinite. And Halo
But that's
Infinite or
the
Halo
thing.
Unfinished is what it is. So of fucking course, Master Chief is gonna have more players than the new hotness.
It's just not a good look. Like when your older games are being played more than your newer ones, I feel like that's when you need to. That's when you need to say, "Oh, okay, hold on, we gotta rethink this."
Well, here's the thing: aren't both of them on PC Game Pass?
Yeah, they are.
Then what are you gonna play? Are you gonna play literally the one game that has all of Halo in it, or the new Halo game? Like,
true.
Like what? With Master Chief Collection, you get 1, 2, 3, ODST, 4. Is Reach even on there? And if it's not, then fine. Oh, then Reach is on there. Great. That's like 6 Halo games right there. And multiplayer. What fucking excuse? Like, if you prefer like Halo 3 multiplayer as opposed to Halo Infinite multiplayer, you're not gonna play Halo Infinite. And Halo Infinite's not in a good spot anyway. And Master Chief Collection has a fucking strong player base when it released in like 2015. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
crazy.
been 7 years.
Holy
So it's
shit.
like, you know what I mean? No fucking shit. That's like the biggest no-brainer I've ever heard. 20 years from now, Master Chief Collection is going to have more fucking players than Halo Infinite because it is all of Halo minus Guardians. But like all the important Halos, I should say.
Halo 5. Lol.
It's all the important Halos in one game. So no fucking shit. It's going to have more players, dude.
I just think that it's not a good look.
It's not.
I don't think that Microsoft would be very pleased. Which, comparing to from like the very limited data that I have, compared to other free to play FPS, Apex obviously has the most. It has over 300,000 and probably even more. Now that the new season released, I'm still not going to play it. I don't care. It's not Titanfall.
Well, here's the thing. Apex is available on all the popular consoles and on PC, right?
Right.
And it costs nothing to play. I'm pretty sure on the consoles it costs, like a subscription to the online service,
Didn't they or at least Xbox got rid of that, didn't they? I don't know about PlayStation.
I'm pretty sure Xbox Live Gold you still need it. I don't know. I wouldn't know. But Halo Infinite, I'm pretty sure, isn't Halo Infinite, can you only get that through Game Pass, or is that just free to play in general?
I think the multiplayer is free to play.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the campaign.
Well, then if that's the case, then Apex also has PlayStation numbers too. And isn't Apex Legends also on the Nintendo Switch now too?
Wait, what?
I thought I saw some headline about that. Hold on.
I know it's on mobile, and from what I've heard, the mobile is the mobile.
Yeah, Apex Legends is on Switch.
That's fucking.
So it's on every major console, mobile and PC. Yeah, no fucking wonder it's doing like 12 times, the fucking Halo Infinite player counts.
Oh, but hear this. TF2.
Yes.
That shit has around 76,000 players.
Good.
TF2.
Good.
Halo Infinite.
Good.
TF2.
TF2 is also a game that's been free to play for years and been complete for literal years.
Well, complete with an asterisk.
Yeah, no heavy update. But you know what?
Even Destiny 2, dog. Destiny 2 has like 60-something thousand. Check that.
That's an unfortunate player number.
I know. Like, it's
0.
Almost in the top 10.
Should
almost.
be fucking
it's
nothing.
Scary.
60,000 people that need to get out of the fucking sunken place.
But I mean, basically, all of that is to say that Halo is struggling. With the 4 mainline Halo games that they've made, 343 has made, they've proven that they kind of suck. They suck with making Halo.
It's Microsoft's fault, because look at what happened to Gears of War as well.
True.
4 and 5 are fucking garbage. Matter of fact, I literally got so fucking bored that I did not bother to finish Gears of War 4.
Damn. Yikes.
Game fucking sucks. Hey, let's make the game about some fucking rando instead of making it about JD. And then let's make JD an awful person. Thanks, dude.
It sounds like you loosely described Last of Us 2.
Well, the thing is, The Last of Us 2 at least was fucking somewhat interesting. At least I was somewhat interested while I was playing it. At least I didn't. At least I fucking finished that game all the way through. I could not get through Gears of War 4. I couldn't do it.
I remember when the game first released and like all the promos around it, and I still heard nothing about it. I
It's
just
fucking garbage.
like it released. I heard nothing about it.
Garbage.
Like, oh, okay, cool.
It's fucking garbage.
But you were gonna say something. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like the only reason I stopped playing Last of Us 2 is just because it was a campaign. There wasn't multiplayer with it. There's multiplayer with Gears 4. Didn't play that shit neither.
Shit. Wait, was it bad or
The game just sucks. I don't care.
as a
Like I don't give a shit about anything. Like Gears 4 has all of the fucking Gears characters from all the other games in its multiplayer, and I'm like, man, if I was in any way, shape, or form interested, like I am primarily interested in Gears of War because of the story. So and the Gears of War game I played the multiplayer with the most was Gears 2. So I like Gears of War 2's story the most.
Based.
Yeah, absolutely.
Incredibly based.
Absolutely. It's your average Gears of War 2 enjoyer. All right.
I mean,
Well,
that's outside of like the very small things, like starting up SMT Soul Hackers and SMT4. That is basically that has been my time during this lawsuit.
So where can the people find you?
Well, if you really care for my shitty opinions and to hear me basically yell into the void, you can find me over on twitter.com/Kazanerdy. That's twitter.com/KAZANERDI. You know this by now.
I will give you credit that you did not open your fucking mouth about the Batman, though. I'll give you credit that you realized you're a fucking idiot.
Oh,
and
I
you
completely
didn't open your
forgot.
mouth.
Like
Good,
it was
good.
that
Don't say shit.
irrelevant to me.
Don't say shit. You're
It was
stupid.
that irrelevant to me.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna talk about the better movie, okay? Sonic 2.
Yes.
Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it?
Sorry. I just get really excited around
Did you
Sonic.
see it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, greatest video game movie ever made. Eclipsed the original in box office numbers.
I would have to think about it, but I would.
Nope,
I'm not
it's
disagreeing.
The best one.
I don't disagree at all.
It's the
I would
best
just
one.
have to think
This is
about
literally, dude. Okay, hold on. Like, do you want to know how in the mud I was with this movie?
What's up?
That I was literally like, how do I put this? This movie was so good, it made me feel like I was seeing these characters for the first time again.
You know what? I get that. I get what you mean.
Like the scene where where Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails all team up for the first time and they run in the Sonic Heroes formation. I was literally coming. I was literally crying, pissing, shitting, and coming in a Walmart. All right. This fucking movie is so fucking good. All right. That and obviously the end credit scene got a big pop, of course. But my favorite part was that double reference during the dance scene where they threw him up and he did the Sonic Adventure pose, right?
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, but that's a double reference to Sonic Generations because whenever you hit the LBRB to finish your combo chain, he does the Sonic Adventure 1 pose, and he did multiple poses in that fucking shit, ending with the Sonic Adventure 1. I was like, yo, that's it. That's enough. That's enough. Sir. All right. This nigga Idris Elba said, I'm not going to make Knuckles sexy, and fucking made him the most funny motherfucker instead. He was like, how dare you insult me in my time of sorrow? I fucking love this movie. I fucking love this movie. And I am so... All I have to ask, my only ask, please use some goddamn Crush 40 music in the sequel.
Yes. Oh my god.
Like, I have this vision in my head of the movie opening with the city escape, you know what I mean? and then the ending of the movie ending on the colony arc with Sonic fighting Shadow while Live and Learn plays, and then after that, before the credits roll, they recreate the intro to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle where they cross in front of the moon, and then the credits roll. All right. I have it in my head. It's in my head. I'm telling you. This is like, it's so, Sonic 2 is so good. Sonic 2 is so fucking good. Like when I went to go see it, there were so many kids in the theater, and it was obvious they were having a fucking blast. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that shit just made me feel good inside. I fucking love Sonic. All right, I fucking love Sonic. Matter of fact, I love Sonic so much that this shit got me to replay Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Sonic Generations because of how good it was. How's that been? I love it. I love him. I love him to death. All right. God damn. Just as good as I remember. And the best level in Sonic Generations is, of course, the Seaside Hill from Sonic Heroes. The best Sonic game. All right.
Okay.
If y'all at Paramount are listening, all you gotta do is drop Sonic 3, just make it the plot of Sonic Adventure 2, don't change anything, leave in all the shit about Maria, leave in all the shit about the colony and the bio-lizard and all that shit, right? But here's the rub, right? What you do is you make the Olive Garden guy, the general dude, make him digitally young and make him the one who conducted the Space Colony Arc raid. Make him the guy who shot Maria. That shit would be hot. White hot. All right.
I like that.
Then what you do is you have they already said, I'm pretty sure they're like working on some TV series for Paramount Plus. So you make
with Knuckles
a TV series based on not just Knuckles, but Chaotix. All right. So you got SBO, Charmy, Vector, Mighty the Bee. All right. Which is going to lead directly into Sonic 4, which is going to combine the plot of Sonic CD and Sonic Heroes, right? Which leads into the last movie, which is Sonic 5, which, get this, is going to combine Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic 06 and finish the movies off. And that's it. You put everything on a Blu-ray box set, and I'll fucking pay $200 for it. You take all the dumb shit out of Sonic 06 and you put in shit from Sonic Adventure and have him fight Perfect Chaos at the end, and it'll, bam, 1 more billion tickets. I also saw Morbius too. But
oh, you actually?
I did. I pirated it. I'm not gonna give fucking the studio my money so they can pay Jared Leto. Fuck no. No.
So, is it actually that bad, as everyone says it is?
What do you mean? It's got 214% on Rotten Tomatoes, dude. Look, you all know how it's been to sell one more billion tickets. I haven't been able to stop watching the damn dance scene from that movie. It's been in my head.
Brother.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, we're gonna or you can watch this right the fuck now. This shit has been stuck in my brain for weeks.
What?
It's so fucking funny.
You can see the CG. Oh my god.
Yeah, I have it. That song is really good. I put it in my playlist, but like that fucking just the moves that Matt Smith is doing is so fucking goofy. Yeah, Morbius sucks. I don't know what else to say. But I also played Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Did not like it. Yeah, going against.
I forgot that released, and
I did not like it.
What? You didn't?
No.
That shit looks just like DMC, but with Lego characters.
Shut up! I hate you, and I want to kill you.
That's exactly how it looks. I haven't.
Why is that? I know. Trust me, but like, why is that there though? Like, that's my main criticism of the game is why is there all of this shit in it when it doesn't need to be there? What does a skill tree add to the Lego game? Nothing.
Oh, there's like, wait, so
what does
it's like
a Devil May Cry? Yes. What does a Devil May Cry combat system add to the game? Nothing. What does a cover system add to the game? Nothing. It's a fucking Lego game. I replayed the original, the complete saga right before I played that shit, and I was like, man, one of these games holds up way better. And one of them just fucking released like a week before, after I'd played it. So, like, no, I think that game there's too much shit. They mistreated their employees to get it out the door.
Right.
They the mumble mode is a fucking waste of a feature.
What, the mumble mode?
Yep, it's a waste of a feature.
Just like the
visual
like,
comedy completely falls apart because there's no voices. Just it relies so much on the context of the voices that the mumbling just makes no fucking sense. Whereas in the old games, it was just mumbling, and the cutscenes had to convey the information and jokes with just mumbles. Yeah, it sucks. But I was playing way better games than that. I was playing Dragon Quest XI-S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition. All right. And one of my thoughts on that is I texted it to you like 2 weeks ago, which is chill lo-fi JRPGs to relax /study to. Man, I fucking love Dragon Quest XI. Holy shit. That game is so fucking good. Like it I can't even.
Tell me about it, because I haven't played it.
Like, okay. Sylvando. There we go. Or Sylvia in the Japanese version. That's all. Just Sylvando. I love Dragon Quest XI so much. Not just because it's a JRPG, you know. It's just hold on, wait, before you go Google searching. I got you. Hold on.
Oh.
Mostly because of its characters. Like Dragon Quest XI has some of the best characters I've ever seen in the medium, and that's saying a lot, considering one of my favorite games of all time is a JRPG. You know? It manages to make every party member like a fully developed character that doesn't require you to go outside of the main story to get development for them.
What?
Yeah,
that is actually like an alien concept for JRPGs.
Yeah, I'm so serious. Like, there's one, like the whole setup for the story, which you get in the intro cutscene, like when you first boot up the game and pick your save file, essentially has your character as like the chosen one, the luminary, you know, and like you were living in this castle, you were the royal child, and then the castle, you know, was destroyed because of you, you know, and basically you go through the game and you meet somebody who turns out to be your granddad, your mom's dad from the old kingdom, you know. And you get this really heartfelt scene where you go to the ruins of the original capital city, and he's just like, and he's like talking to his daughter, you know, he's like talking to her grave. He's like, I found your boy. I'm never gonna lose him again. I was like, damn, this is the main plot. And like the I call her the quote unquote waifu for the game because she's the base personality, or I shouldn't call her personalityless. She's the dumb whore that everyone likes, who is also voiced by Ami Koshimizu, aka Mai Shiranui, aka Yukiko Amaki, which sucks, because that would have been free. That would have been free had the game not let you marry men. All right, we'll get to them in a second.
You can be gay.
Listen, trust me. Trust. I'm gonna get there. I'm getting there. All right, I'm getting there. Like her name is Serena. Or Jade, I believe, in the Japanese version. No, she's Jade in the English version, Serena in the Japanese version. Essentially, she was like a little kid, you know, and she was like a friend of the royal family, I think, because she's the princess of the kingdom next door or something, you know,
right?
And it's like she was like a little kid when you were a baby, and she essentially thought of you as like a little brother, you know, and like she like when the kingdom started falling apart, she like lost you and couldn't find you. And then there's a part where when you first meet her where she rescues you and it's just you two, and like she grabs you as you're falling off a cliff and she's like, I'm never gonna lose you again. I'm like, bro, this shit is top tier. All right, but best character in the game right here, right, is Sylvando. Okay, now let me ask you a question. Have you ever played a Dragon Quest game before?
I've played
Okay.
6.
Okay.
7. So like that was a super long time ago. I recall nothing.
All right. So the main weapon for female characters in Dragon Quest is the whip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sylvando, you can use a whip. He can. All right. And also, women in Dragon Quest are immune to female charm spells. Sylvando is mostly immune. He is a male-leaning bisexual. All right. And I'm gonna play you some clips from Sylvando so you can get an idea of what this guy's like. He's also known in the Japanese version as Sylvia. So very much also might be a little sprinkling of transgender in there too, just for shits and gigs.
Hog?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Question mark?
I'm saying. Okay, so here's the first clip.
Okay.
Sounds very stereotypical, right? Just based on the voice?
It's like the first thing I hear, yeah.
Yes. Sounds very stereotypical, but Sylvando has quite possibly the best story for any of the party members in the game. Whereas, like, Sylvando... He's also Puerto Rican, I should mention that, too. He comes from a place called Puerto Valor.
What is the soonest that I can... That is all you have to say.
Yeah, he's also a Boricua, I should mention. So basically, he comes from this city called Puerto Valor, where his dad is like the ruler of the city. And his dad always imagined Sylvando becoming a knight, a brave knight. It's even to the point where Sylvando knows like the entire knight's code just off rip. You know what I mean? Like you go to when you first meet Sylvando in the first arc where you're meeting him. You're into this like desert kingdom, and the prince wants you to like pose as him so that he can get all these accolades, and his dad won't be disappointed in him. But there comes a point when some like big monster attacks the city, and everybody's like, "Well, brave prince, go ahead." And he's like scared until Sylvando like recites the knight's code and inspires his act of bravery in him. You know what I mean? So it's very clear that Sylvando at one point had this, life set out for him, but he left it all behind to go be a performer because that's what he liked doing. He like performs in the circus, does all these like crazy acts and shit, makes people happy and whatnot. And his dad sort of like, they had like a shitty relationship because of it. But there's one point where you have to go and see his dad, you have to go. And Sylvando's initially cagey, and you get to the city of Puerto Valor. He doesn't want to go in, but eventually you all go in and you learned about Sylvando's backstory. And it gets to a point where, his dad sort of comes to grips with the fact that Sylvando is the way he is and there's nothing that's going to change that. And he he's like hoping that his son can apply the principles that he learned, in his night training to his performance. Because Sylvando promised his dad that he's going to make the entire world happy and smile. And his dad's like, well, I'm not seeing the entire world happy and smiling until you defeat the big fucking bad enemy or whatever. You know what I mean? And like, it gets to the point where they repair the relationship so much that his uber macho dad starts learning a dance routine just to make his son proud. And I'm like, wow, this is the most like progressive shit in like that I've ever played in a JRPG ever. Like,
no, actually,
it is legitimately amazing. And it's in a fucking Dragon Quest game. The game I'd expect to like do this shit the least is doing it the most. And you can marry Sylvando too, which I'm planning on. So I have this rule.
Like that's the only option. Let's be real.
I have this rule of only dating the healer, and it's just not in the cards right now. Not in the cards. I'm fucking with Sylvando. Grinding in this game is also mad easy because the auto battle system is great, and everybody in the party gets XP when you battle, not just the people in the fight. So,
my god, that's actually amazing.
Yes, just delicious. It's so good. There's I have like almost nothing negative to say about Dragon Quest XI. S, I should say S, the new version. You can turn on a symphonic soundtrack which also allows you to enable the overworld music from Dragon Quest VIII, which first thing I did because that was the first Dragon Quest game I played. It's really fucking good. Like, this game is so good that I've put it down for like the past couple weeks to play Sifu, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And it's like I just booted it back up just a couple hours ago, and it feels like I never left. Like, Dragon Quest XI feels like a warm, fuzzy hug. You know what I mean? A warm cup of hot chocolate shared with some friends. I highly recommend that you play it. I think you'd fucking fall in love with this game.
While you were talking about it, I actually went to go add it on my wish list.
Is it full price or is it on sale right now?
It's not on sale currently.
Cool. I guess I'll just buy it for you next week.
I'll pick it up, and the next time that it is on sale, which I will get notified of, I'll pick it up for sure. Yeah,
Dragon Quest XI is oh my god, it's really good.
Because I will admit, you described from a gameplay perspective anyway, and a story perspective, it reminds me a lot of the old Final Fantasy games, which you don't see a lot. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Have you played any of those older Final Fantasy games?
Like Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6, like those?
Like, yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like anything before 7.
I played 4 and 6.
Before they went into the 3D. In those games, they really fleshed out every single character and made the story actually it fucked with you. Like it played with your heartstrings. And like this is reminding me a lot of that. So
yeah,
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
It is a genuinely great game that I would not have expected to be this good, considering the people who make Dragon Quest. So, you know what? Like when your main composer is literally like, yeah, these people don't exist, and the game is like, sorry about that, hun. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I don't know. I cannot praise this game enough. When I eventually complete it, which is going to be a long ways away from now, it's going to be an adventure that I look back on fondly. So it's good. It's really good.
I'm liking it. I appreciate the recommendation, because if you hadn't told me anything, I wouldn't have even cared. Because like I've obviously heard about it before, but I haven't really considered it up until now. So thank you, Adam.
Of course. But I've also been playing Sifu. Which just got its first major update, which adds difficulty options, dark mode, all that shit. So easy mode sucks, and it doesn't suck for the reason that you think. All the Souls players were of course easy mode's gonna suck, dude. But it wasn't what I was expecting it to do, because if the game is not gonna teach you how to play it, then it should at least make the game's concepts easier to grasp. And instead, Slowclap was like, what if we just made you have like almost unlimited health, and we made your block meter really big? And it's like, no, that's not what I'm asking for. And we made everybody not touch you, and everybody you can mash. And I was like, no, that's not what I wanted. I was expecting them to make to put in a fucking better tutorial, and to put in a mechanics tutorial where it teaches you how to parry properly, how to do proper avoids. But it doesn't. It just throws it at you once and then leaves it for you to go back to it in the tiniest possible corner of the detective board where you can barely see it. So, yeah. Master difficulty is also not what I want it to be either. So essentially, you get less health and block meter. Everybody else gets more health and is more aggressive, which is fine. But then they said, hey, what if we made every boss have a 50-50 mix-up? That's their favorite move to use. And I was like, great, god fucking damn it. You know what I mean?
Do you mean by that?
A 50-50 mix-up is a string where at a certain point in it, they go either high or low, and you have to predict where they go. Some of them,
it's complete RNG?
Somewhat. There are some bosses where you can bait the 50-50, like the final boss, Yang, in his second phase. When you hit him twice, when you avoid two of his attacks in a row, he'll go for a hell sweep, and you can just hop it and punish, Other characters like Sean, where they'll just do the sweep at the end of a string or a raw, make it very obvious they're going to do it. Other characters just go for it in the middle of a string. Like Fajar, the first boss, and Kuroki, the third boss, just throw it out as a potential option that you have no idea of seeing. The second boss, Kuroki, is either going to do a sweep or she's going to do a drop kick that will destroy your structure bar and your health if you get hit with it. It's
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sounds fun and balanced.
It's not fun and balanced, but hey, I completed it 3 times on the regular difficulty and 3 times on the master difficulty. In fact, earlier today, I finished my age 20 Deathless run, and I'm going to be preparing some content to talk about Sifu.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's fucking go. It only took me fucking forever. You know what I mean?
Good shit, though.
Yeah, I'm
good
shit and pooping. I feel like the goat. All right. Yeah, it's a real mixed bag. Hard mode makes the already shit parts of the game worse. Like the camera's awful already. And when everybody's rushing you, you're not going to survive because you cannot block for long enough. You know? And it's like, God damn it. If the camera's already in my ass and I'm trying to get out of the corner and I can't, and then I'm fucking dead. So it's like, it is what it is. Please, God, fix the fucking camera, Slow Clap. What the fuck? That should be the #1 update. All right.
The camera.
Yeah, the camera sucks. Like, I'm confident when I say that the hardest level in the game is level 4, the tower, because there's this one room in it. Now, the whole gimmick of the tower is that the main boss has the iron talisman, which is like a Chinese elemental thing. And the whole gimmick of the talisman is that it kicks up a bunch of dust and it shoots light up the building and it fucking blinds you for a second while more enemies spawn in. And there's loud sound effect cue that plays too. And it's like a whole shit thing, right? But then on top of that happening at some point during this part, there's this tiny room where there's a bunch of like giant walls in the middle of it that'll fuck the camera up and fuck up your positioning. And then on top of that, they throw 3 incredibly strong enemies at you. And it's like that shit will kill your fucking age 20 Deathless run if you walk in there. So I fucking hate that shit. And also the save system is bugged right now to where during my run where I was trying to achieve Wu De and parry all of the bosses and destroy their structure bar twice, I was like, okay, I don't care how many times I'm going to die. You know, it doesn't really matter to me. But the problem was, I finished a level with 7 deaths, and I went back to go replay the level, and I started it with 7 deaths, even though I was at age 24, which is mathematically impossible given the game state. So I was like, okay, thanks. Fuck you, game.
What the fuck?
So, but I worked over all of those issues. I finished the game, and I unlocked all of the skills, and I did it without dying. And all I gotta say is, suck my fucking dick, Slow Clap. I fucking hate you. Fix your shit. All right. God damn. Not every boss needs to have a 50-50 mix-up. All right.
Yeah,
and
that sounds. Ugh.
I'm gonna try to give the audience some game when I drop my review of the hard mode. You know, but #1 rule is to back off. There you go. Just just run away from all the bosses. Straight up, just run off. Like the 3rd level took me 20 minutes because of that.
Straight up. Wow.
Yeah, it's like.
Huh? Are you being punished for being aggressive? I'm sorry to like.
It's not you're punished for being aggressive. It's that you're punished for knowing the game. Like here's the thing: the final boss punishes you for being aggressive because he's got great defense. So what your strategy is to bait him into whiffing an attack and then punishing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you make a mistake in punishing him, he can knock off half your health bar in a single combo. So it's like, nice. Fuck. Like, God damn it. Like, there was a point where I was replaying the 3rd boss, and I was trying to fucking dodge her shit, And she did this attack where she dashed forward to slice me with her kunai knife, and I mistimed the dodge too early, and it took off 80% of my health bar. I was full.
What?
Yeah, dude. It's not like I was doing this shit with the fourth boss. The fourth boss, Jin Feng, uses a Shang Bao, which is a rope dart. All right. And if it hits you, it'll fucking hurt because it's a solid iron shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a mistake in dodging and I got caught. And then she whipped me with an overhead that shattered my structure meter. Then hit me with another overhead that took off half my health bar. Then hit me with another one while I was stun locked and killed me.
Oh, fuck no.
This shit, it is, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I had a fully maxed out structure meter at this point. It was fully maxed out. I had gotten all 3 of the upgrades to upgrade it, and it still immediately broke on me. So it's like, you guys gotta fix the damage, because I should not be losing a fully maxed out structure bar, even if it is hard mode. Like, I get that it's hard mode, and I fucking beat it. I've got my cred. All right, I fucking beat it. I platinumed the game. All right, I got the age 20 no death. All right, but fix your shit, please. It's a real mixed bag. It's fun, but it's like, fuck this shit.
Ugh.
And that's essentially it. I mean, other than me playing Fortnite, you know, a lot, that's really it. So
Fortnite Battle Pass.
It's good. All right, no build is so fucking good. Like I'm probably gonna hop back on Fortnite after we record this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's how fun it is. But
you've been actually grinding on it. Okay.
If you want to know anything about that, or anything I've been playing, or anything else, you can go follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at YVNGDNDE Young Dende. That is YVNGDENDE Young Dende. Now, I feel like I need to talk about something, because this has been the worst week in the history of the WWE.
Oh no!
Did you hear about what happened on Monday?
Right. Yeah, I did.
Okay,
yeah.
So from your limited frame of reference, I'm assuming, what do you know happened? What do you know happened?
So I know literally nothing besides the fact that Sasha Banks and I forget
Naomi.
the other's name. I know that they handed in their belts and walked out. That is all.
And new WWE Women's Tag Team Champion John Laurinaitis. Yeah, so essentially what had happened was, the full story is this, right? Sasha Banks was set to have a match at WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey, okay? Not Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair currently used to be until WrestleMania Backlash the SmackDown Women's Champion, okay? And Sasha was going to compete for that belt, and probably was going to win it at Backlash like Ronda Rousey did. All right. But Ronda Rousey showed up. And those plans for Sasha Banks got canned because, you know, it's Ronda fucking Rousey, and the WWE loves that bitch for some reason, you know. And she's probably a nice person. I've heard some very nice things about her. But in terms of the wrestling business, I'm not going to give her much credit. And so, likely, as a concession, they said, okay, we'll give you and Naomi these title belts, right? Because it seemed like Naomi was probably going to be joining the bloodline with her husband, Jimmy Uso. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the WWE said, hey, we're going to put the tag team titles on you at WrestleMania. And they did. And it was a good match, right? And Sasha and Naomi were really on fire with these tag belts. Like, Sasha Banks specifically was going on a bunch of fucking web shows and being like, hey, I'm a fucking women's tag team champion, Sasha Banks, all this shit. You know what I mean? She was at the KCAs. She was on fucking Good Mythical Morning. She was on some fucking show talking about her snack preferences. She was on fucking Cold as Balls with Kevin Hart. She was everywhere with this fucking belt. All right. And then Vince is like, hey guys, what if we split you up? but don't take the belts off you, and then have you both job out to the 2 women's champions right now. What if we did that? Because last Monday, the main event of Raw was supposed to be a 6-pack challenge where the winner gets a shot at the Raw Women's title, right? Naomi was supposed to pin Sasha Banks in the 6-pack challenge, right? There was Naomi, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Doudrop, Nikki Ash, and Asuka, who recently returned. Gotta show some love to Asuka, right? Respect my goat.
She had left.
Yeah, she was injured.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but she's back now. Besides that, Naomi was supposed to pin Sasha in the challenge, and then go on to have a match with Bianca Belair at Hell in the Cell, which is happening in Chicago, by the way. I was thinking about going with my younger brother. And then she was going to lose. And then Sasha Banks was going to go to SmackDown to start a feud with Ronda Rousey, have a match at Hell in the Cell, and lose. Which, considering when you were a fucking champion, is a bad look. They tried to argue out of their way out of it, but management wasn't hearing it, so they turned in their belts and walked out of a taping. And the Fed went insane. Immediately, they published a statement, WWE Monday Night Raw is a scripted television show. Like, went insane. Corey Graves said that they summarily and unprofessionally walked out of the arena on Monday night on commentary. And then this past Friday on SmackDown, Michael Cole announced that they had been suspended indefinitely. Their merch was taken off the website. Everything.
Damn, they really did all that?
Scorched earth. And do you know why they weren't fired? Wow. You want to know why they weren't fired?
Why is that?
Because the company feared that they would go to the other quote-unquote piss ant company. And I'm referencing, of course, AEW. Best wrestling promotion on earth right now. You know, they were afraid that they would go there. Which, honestly, I would fucking be afraid too, because Sasha Banks would literally draw millions of eyes. All right. And I'm not just saying this just because, you know, she's my favorite women's wrestler currently contracted to the Fed. I'm saying this because it's a fact. Naomi is made. The reason why most people haven't been talking about her is because she's married to Jimmy Uso. Currently, one half of the Usos, the undisputed tag team champions of the whole company. Literally, they are cousins to Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? So she's made. They don't need to worry about her future because she's got money regardless.
Right.
In fact, I find her husband's lack of comment on the situation to be very indicative of what that entire family thinks about everyone except for themselves. It's a fucking shame that they won't just let him go because they're afraid of somebody else when they acted so tough in the past. You know what I mean? God damn it.
But what's the point? Like, what does them not being fired in case they go to AEW? Like, what does that achieve? What does that get them?
It makes sure that the other company doesn't get to, you know, have wrestlers, I guess. They acted for so long like they weren't scared of them, like they were nothing. Then they got their asses kicked in the Wednesday Night Wars, and now they're all of a fucking sudden afraid of them for some reason. Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows what their fucking issue is? All right. But that's not the only thing that happened this week.
Apparently.
Stephanie McMahon is taking a temporary extended leave of absence from the company. As announced. Yeah, she said that it was to spend more time with her family, yet her husband is working full-time at the company again as of the same day she announced that. So.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude.
What?
Yeah, Triple H
backwards.
went back to working for the company full-time the moment Stephanie was like, hey, I'm taking a leave of absence to spend time with my fucking family. Yeah, dog. No bueno for the Fed, right? Like, everybody was speculating for years that the Fed would go into the hands of one of the kids, Stephanie or Shane, or Triple H, and now that's not going to happen at all. So, Triple H's heart would probably, you know, have another issue if he had the level of responsibility and workload that Vince has, which is not a slight at him. That's just a fact. The man's got a weak heart. You know what I mean? Stephanie has been working double duty since Triple H had his cardiac event last year. That's fucking scared the shit out of him, rightfully so. And Shane left in like January, so
yikes.
Once Vince croaks, they're not getting that company. Like, that is simply the fact of the matter. They're not getting that company. Scary week.
Yikes.
If you're the Fed. Now, in speaking of management issues, I would be remiss if I didn't discuss New Japan and Kota Ibushi, one half of the fabled tag team, the Golden Lovers. You know, the man got on Twitter and started airing out all of his grievances with the company. You know what I mean?
Brother.
Yeah, with middle management and how they were trying to get him to wrestle while he was injured. He was just like, no, fuck you. And they kept pushing him, and he was like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna air all your shit out on the internet. Which was really funny because he started dancing around words, the word Yakuza, I should say. Started going really out of his way to say that they may be associated with some shady characters. You know what I mean? Which means that the entire WWE fan base became Yakuza experts. You know what I mean?
All of a sudden, yeah.
Like, it's the same shit that happened with the Bullet Club that I'm going to get to in a minute. But like, I hope to God that this guy gets released from his contract and shows up in AEW so that he can be with his goddamn boyfriend again. You know what I mean? That would be pretty fucking sick. Save that debut for an All Out or a Full Gear. Make sure it happens after the upcoming Forbidden Door pay-per-view that I'm going to talk about in a minute. Because last time we were on the podcast was like a month and a half ago. You know,
at this point, yeah.
We missed basically 2 months. So a lot happened like a week after after, you know, I think it was the week you were on vacation in Puerto Rico, actually. AEW announced that they've made a deal with New Japan to co-sponsor a pay-per-view called Forbidden Door that's being held in Chicago on like the 26th of June, you know, which trying to get tickets to go see that with my younger brother, you know, that'll be great. But they fucking Switchblade Jay White, current leader of the Bullet Club, showed up on Dynamite to make the announcement alongside Adam Cole. And all the fucking Fed fans in a bid to shit on, you know, AEW for doing this were like, what is the Bullet Club? Casual wrestling fans are not going to know what that means. You know what I mean? And then like the next week, fucking AJ Styles and Finn Balor do the goddamn Bullet Club Too Sweet shit. And then they're like, oh, of course, everybody knows about the fucking Bullet Club, dude. And then, like I said, with the Yakuza shit, you know, fucking Kota Ibushi goes to say some shit about how the New Japan might be associated with the Yakuza, and it's like, man, when did you guys become experts on this shit? Because everybody knows that every fucking major Japanese corporation is in bed with the goddamn Yakuza. I play Sega games. All right. I play Sega games.
I see what you did there.
Like, no, I'm being serious. Sega in the early days, as far as I know, was funded by the Yakuza. I'm pretty sure they might still be funded by the Yakuza. No, I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
No way.
Nope. That's actually documented.
Wow.
Sega has a history of taking Yakuza money.
I'm not sure how to feel about that.
It's I have come to terms with it because one, I don't live in Japan, and two, every fucking game company is fucking awful.
True. Yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point.
It's like I'm like, what am I gonna do? Only play indie games for the rest of my life?
That's not a bad life to live, but you know, there's
not.
So
but you're missing out on fucking everything. So
yeah, exactly.
At this point, I'm just like, fuck it. And I obviously, of course, mentioned the Forbidden Door shit. And that's about it. That's about it as far as wrestling goes. Just welcome back, Riho, my goat. We missed you while you were injured, and the women's division is better off for you being here. Even though they were doing pretty solid with you gone. I'm not going to lie. But that's
evil.
No, I'm just saying, like, I love Riho, currently my favorite women's wrestler. All right. But like Jade Cargill and the Baddies were holding it the fuck down. Best stable in that whole company and its main wrestler is someone who is just now getting their experience in the industry. I shit you not. So, so you remember episode 2 of the podcast, Joe?
Yep, I remember every single word that was said. I promise.
Episode 2 of the podcast was the episode where we discussed SNK.
Ooh,
and I think that they've been listening because the SNK deal closed last month with Mohammad bin Salman owning a 96% stake of the company.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be 30%. 96%. 90 fucking 6.
We get here. Oh no.
Yeah. No fucking bueno, dog.
No, not at all.
Like,
holy shit.
This deal, I was making some jokes on Twitter, and then some fucking Arab guy replied to me. And I
saw that. Yeah.
And nothing makes me more patriotic than when a fucking foreigner, no matter where they're from, when a foreigner insults America. Nothing makes me the most jingoistic person on the planet than when I have to defend America, okay? Like, I hate this place. I hate it. I think we should tear down the existing power structure and restart from the beginning. All right, but if some foreigner makes a sideways comment about how America sucks, I'm like, hey, you don't know what you're talking about.
Bitch.
This is the goddamn land of the free. Hell yeah, I love America. The hell are you talking about? And I was like, God, I forget what I said initially, but he replied to it. He was like, why the fuck do you Americans give so much of a fucking shit about what we do? Mind your fucking... Oh, it was because I talked about how they murdered Jamal Khashoggi inside the Saudi consulate. And they chopped up his body and they took it out because he was going to write some shit about them. And he had a history of writing shit about them. Rightfully so.
Right.
And Mohammed bin Salman ordered his execution. I made a comment about it. And he was like, why the fuck do you Americans give so much of a fucking shit? Nobody gives a shit about your country. Stop talking about it. It's not your fucking business. And I said, hey, you motherfucker. I just want to make sure that the $60 I spent on this game isn't going to go to the local Home Depot to buy hacksaws to chop up journalists. And then he was like, hey, what if we chopped you up instead? And I was like, hey, look, motherfucker. You don't know nothing about America.
Listen here, you bastard.
He was like posting pictures of all the U.S. bombing targets. And I was like, damn right.
What?
Yeah, U.S. bombing targets in his region. And I was like, damn right. The goddamn deserved it.
Oh, no.
Hey, look, I think that bombing shit is abhorrent. But let me talk to some Americans about it. I'm not talking to no goddamn foreigners about it, all right? Because if some foreigner is like, hey, the U.S. is a bad country. No, it ain't. You don't know nothing. No, I'm so serious. That is how it is. I'm coming out. I'm like Hulk Hogan, just a real American, right? Like, I was so serious. Like, nothing pisses me off more than when a foreigner insults this nation. I'm like, hey, that's not what you're doing here. But speaking of shitty corporations, Activision-Blizzard settled out of court with their people, an $18 million settlement.
They did.
An $18 million settlement, which, if I'm being honest, nowhere near enough.
No, not at all. That's a surprise to me, though. I didn't hear about that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. 18 mil got them out of court. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think there might be other smaller lawsuits, but I believe the major one was 18 million. I could be wrong on all that information, but I know for a fact they're paying $18 million to former employees because of the whole situation. So Activision Blizzard can suck my dick.
That's such a... That they probably make that in a few hours.
Let's see.
With Call of Duty.
Court approves EEOC's $18 million settlement with Activision Blizzard. Current and former employees encouraged to make a claim of sexual harassment, pregnancy discrimination, or retaliation with the EEOC. Okay. It's a 3-year-long consent decree. The court resolved the lawsuit alleging the corporation violated all these fucking rules. You know what I mean? The ruling not only includes Activision Blizzard Inc., but also includes Blizzard Entertainment, Activision Publishing, and King.com. So, all right. It's something, all right. if you used to work there or anything, you got to go to a website. You can file a claim, and then they'll pay you out within the $18 million budget. So, yeah, the company has also agreed to a neutral third-party equal employment opportunity consultant overseeing this shit. Audits on pending and current complaints, submitting to unannounced audits of current employees to assess, whether or not these issues are being addressed. And also semi-annual reports will be sent to this third party equal opportunity shit to review. Additional policies such as workplace alcohol policies and workplace relationship policies are going to be implemented.
Dog, none of that shit. No, I don't believe a single word. Like,
this is what the court said. This is what the court said.
Yeah,
this is mandated by the courts. Like, if they don't do this shit, they're going to get in fucking trouble again. Okay,
fair. But I honestly think that all of that is going to be up to Microsoft. When the acquisition goes through, it's gonna be on Microsoft to actually like follow through.
It's true.
I don't have a doubt that Phil is gonna say bye to our man Bobby, but like just everything about this. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Thank God. I
thought it was already I thought he was already like retiring because of this whole shit. With a golden parachute, of course. But you know what? So I just had to mention that. That's a ray of sunshine, considering how long we spent just dunking on Activision-Blizzard for being like awful.
Imagine actually supporting them. And now I don't know if you care at all for Overwatch 2. I don't. I do not give a single shit. They just applied a reshade on Overwatch and said, okay, new product, buy please. Just seeing that get attention. I know that the viewership fell by like I think it was 96% after the first week.
It was like 1.2 million on Twitch and then like 5,000.
It fell off hard. And I know that people were only using it for the Twitch drops and to get access codes, but those are still people interacting with those games. And like I don't get it. I don't understand how like with everything that's been going on, I don't understand how people support them. But that's just me. This is me though.
Here's the thing, the success of Overwatch 2 is probably going to depend on the success of Overwatch 2 porn. I'm gonna be honest. Overwatch porn has kept that community running. All right. I'm just gonna be honest.
You ain't wrong.
Jeez.
I mean, shit. Even when I did play it, or I should say, after I stopped playing it, Overwatch porn was still prevalent. It was still everywhere.
I think I played Overwatch for 2 hours. So
2 hours too many, if you ask me. That game's ass.
Yeah, it's just garbo. I'm not gonna lie. I think Apex Legends is better. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's got the same sort of basic gameplay feel, I think, but it's just way more rewarding to play. And I don't like Apex Legends, but I will admit, certainly better than that shit.
Oh, it's pretty fitting that that you were talking about the Sasha and Naomi situation, because this literally popped up on my trending tab.
Yeah, it's let's see, what is this? Yes, of course. They literally fuck it, I'll go back to this. Michael Cole on commentary, because of course he has to say what Vince tells him, said they let all of the fans down. And all of the fans have been like, nah, Queen, you do you. Like, I mean, look, I'm not that extreme with it, but I'm just like, I know what it means to walk out on like your job because they're not treating you well, because I've done it before. You know, I didn't walk out in the middle of my shift like they did, but I like if you don't if your job is not treating you well, you don't owe them shit. Like the Fed needs you more than you need them. Like she's got star power. She's got fucking, you know, she's done acting before. She could keep wrestling at AEW. Like it seems like she doesn't want to leave the WWE because she wants them to fucking, you know, book her on her fucking terms, which yeah, they fucking should, because having your tag champions job out to your regular champions is fucking stupid. And even though there's precedent for it, it is still fucking stupid. You know what I mean? It just makes your tag belts feel worthless, you know? Like, for as many criticisms as people have of the way AEW books things, they don't do that shit. Like, they don't. There's separate divisions, and the divisions don't cross. Like, rightfully so, because your regular champions shouldn't be beating your tag champions in a 1-on-2 handicap match, and your tag champions shouldn't be beating each other and then jobbing out to the regular champions. It's fucking stupid, especially when you are as over as those two were. You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
but the goddamn WWE audience is the fucking worst. So you know what? Like, I say this confidently, and I'm not gonna regret saying this, but the WWE audience is the fucking stupidest audience on the planet. Like like there have been times when they've done the right thing, but like especially nowadays they're fucking awful. They were more willing to call out the Fed when the Fed was the only one running things in the United States.
You would say they're more stupid than Star Wars fans?
I think they're on the same level, honestly. There's a lot of crossover there. They're about just as fucking stupid. I think Star Wars fans, I think when they want to be smart, they can be smart. When it comes to like critical analyses, they can be pretty on point. But most of the critical analyses I see these days is not about how the themes of the story reinforce each other, unless they're talking about like Clone Wars. You know, most of the critical analyses is like, hey, I hate black people. You know what I mean? So like, there was a point in time where my friend Manny and I would go on Twitter and just try and find idiot Star Wars fans and then shit on them just because it was fun.
It's not hard to do.
Like there was I remember it was like January of 2021 or something, or 2020. It was 2020. Where this guy made a post that says, "This is diversity in Star Wars," and then showed like 3 alien species, and then said, "This is bullshit." Then showed Kelly Marie Tran, John Boyega, and fucking the lady that played Vice Admiral Holdo in The Last Jedi. So basically, 2 minorities and a white lady with pink hair is bullshit and not diversity. You know what I mean?
The fuck?
Like, bro, like none of the Star Wars movies passed the Bechdel test anyway. Like, who cares? Like, why are you gonna make such a big fucking deal about black people showing up? All right, jeez. And then we got on like a multi-week long program with that guy. It was crazy.
Oh, no.
But like, why do you bring up Star Wars fans? Did something happen?
No, nothing in particular. It's just from all of the conversations that we've had about Star Wars fans, it seems pretty impossible to be worse than them. So that's why I had to ask.
Oh, they're awful. They're the worst.
Nothing in particular.
I mean, it's like, who's worse than Star Wars fans? JoJo fans, maybe. Because at least Star Wars fans. Well, no. Actually, I'm taking that back. I was about to say, well, at least Star Wars fans don't outright make shit up. No, they do all the time. They do all the time. There's an entire section of Star Wars YouTube channels that's dedicated to just making shit up for rage clicks. Like, do you know how many times Brie Larson has been fired from Star Wars in the past like 5-6 years? Like, a lot.
According to these people.
Dude, she gets fired every week. Kathleen Kennedy gets fired every week. And it's like, bro, Brie Larson never worked for them. And Kathleen Kennedy is still producing all of the Star Wars shit that millions of people watch on Disney Plus. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? and JoJo fans make shit up all the time. Let's not forget half the goddamn Iraqi No, all of them are just straight up misinformation. Just all of them. Just straight up misinformation. Like, man, I feel like every fan base is retarded. So
if you enjoy something, you're fucking stupid.
No,
Feel
yeah, you
ashamed.
are. Like you are. If you enjoy things, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh
no,
no!
okay, hold on. That's not true. If you enjoy things, that's fine. But if you're in a fandom, no, you're fucking
the
stupid.
only fan base that I've met that's not toxic is like the Life is Strange fan base. That's it.
If you enjoy things, fuck you.
That's because
Fuck you.
enjoying things like leads you down dark paths. Why do you have to have the word multi-fandom in your fucking bio? Just enjoy shit.
That's the thing. I know. I hate that. I hate that so much.
Why?
Like, why are you tying yourself to these like certain things? I don't get.
Can't
that.
enjoy
I don't
multiple things? Is it
understand
that hard for you? Like, I'm technically every fandom because I enjoy like most things. The difference is I don't have entire gimmick Twitter accounts dedicated to just one thing as my personality. See, if you have a fandom, if you're on social media and you are in a fandom, that fandom is probably your personality. It's just that
True.
simple.
That is true.
That is
Yes.
just not
Yes.
how I choose to operate. Like I talk about like everything on this podcast. Am I a part of the Sonic fandom? Am I part of the fucking IWC? Am I a part of the fucking Final Fantasy fandom? I don't fucking care.
You just enjoy what you enjoy, and that's it.
I'm just someone. I'm a fucking idiot with a lot of shitty opinions and a lot of incredibly based opinions too. By the way, like let's not get it twisted here. All right, this is the podcast you come to hear the most fucking based shit in the world. Like that Sonic Heroes is actually good.
I will never understand the hate.
I saw a
Any
clip.
single yeah, go on.
I saw a clip where it was some guy. I think it was from like IGN or something. It was some major maybe GameSpot. I don't know. Some major game journalist outlet. He was like, Sonic was just never good. I was like, what?
What?
Like
What?
I've heard my fair share of Sonic kind of rough transition into 3D, which is misinformation. Yeah, right. Like let's not act like Sonic wasn't on like a 6-7 game like dub streak. Sonic Adventure, Adventure to Battle, Heroes, Unleashed, Secret Ring, Black Knight, Colors, Generations.
Colors, yeah, true.
Like it only got bad with Sonic 06, and then all of that other shit came out after it. So it's like it's written by revisionist historians who want you to believe that the only games that matter are Ocarina of Time, Resident Evil 4, Final Fantasy VII, and Metal Gear Solid 1. Great games, no doubt, but they are not the games of all time. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like anybody who has those as their number one games are the most boring people. Because, like, where's the fun shit? Where's the shit that you don't hear about, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
I would rather have a conversation with someone who's like, oh, I think the greatest game ever made is like Jack 2, than I would be like, oh, well, I think the best game ever made is Final Fantasy VII. I'd rather talk to the Jack 2 guy. You know what I mean?
I would too.
That guy seems like he's got some opinions that I want to hear. Not just because we both enjoy Jack 2, because Jack 2 is phenomenal, you know, but it's like I feel like we should what is it? We as a medium, as a art form, as you know, people who play games should not do the same thing that every other artistic medium does and subscribe to a commonly held list of facts. You know what I mean? Like I made this post on my Instagram story, you know, about how difficult Sifu's hard mode was. And I was like, and I made a jab at Elden Ring, and I got like 7 story replies talking about how fucking dare you. And I was like, see, this is what I do. I have to thumb my nose at what's popular because I feel like we can't all be uncritical all the time. You know, even the shit that I like, I feel like I have to be like, I kind of have to be critical of it. Like I was literally just saying like a fucking hour ago, yeah, Sonic Heroes is the best Sonic game. That game has like no frame rate. You know what I mean? No frames. And I fucking love that game. Like I have to, like, you gotta be honest. You know what I mean? But you can't be uncritical. You can't just subscribe to a commonly held list of facts. If your top 5 games consist of like MGS1, Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Resident Evil 5, Final Fantasy 7, you're a boring, stupid piece of shit.
Yeah, you probably those are the same dudes that would wear like the cargo shorts and the Legend of Zelda shirts. That's what energy they radiate.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear that, that's like the first thing I envision. I'm like, oh, you're one of those kids, huh? You're one of those kids.
Honestly. Like, I really want somebody to just name some incredibly obscure shit and be like, yeah, this is like the greatest game ever made. Something incredibly offbeat and just wackadoo. Like, my second favorite game of all time is Infamous 2. Right. And that came out in the absolute mud, right? Of the fucking like 7th generation. And it's like, yeah, that is like, in my opinion, second greatest game ever made. And I hold that opinion dear to my heart, and I say it with my whole chest because it is fucking, different. And it's not that I like not being like the other girls. Ooh, so quirky. But just that like you gotta be unafraid to be yourself. You gotta be unafraid to speak your truth. If you think that fucking, I don't know, let me name some. So like Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is a better fighting game than Dragon Ball FighterZ, speak it with your chest and defend yourself. Don't just sit down. Don't just sit down and be like, well, it's my subjective opinion, but objectively, I do think that FighterZ is the best. Shut up. Be yourself, goddammit. Don't be a fucking fence-sitting pussy. All right? People who think that people who are in the center on everything are fence-sitting pussies with no morals. Be yourself. God damn it. Can't believe we're getting wholesome on the podcast. But like, seriously, be your fucking self. Be unafraid to say shit that people would disagree with. Especially if that shit is based in people are stupid. All right. And if you're wrong, and we'll call you out for it. But just,
for sure.
Just if it doesn't get the AJAH seal of approval, then it's not based. I'm just saying.
Like, what you're afraid of telling me that your favorite game is milk inside a bag of milk inside a bag of milk? Like, you don't gotta worry about that, dog. I don't know if you've actually heard of that game.
No, it just sounds ridiculous.
It's fucked. It is incredibly fucked.
Favorite game is Cookie Clicker. All right, then say that. Then just be unique. Don't be like everybody else. Don't be a fucking a drone. You know what I mean? It's like that meme, so-called free thinkers from like iRobot. It's like, don't be the same as everybody else. Just fucking be weird with it,
See, I want it to be like that with Spy Family and be like, yeah, guys, Spy Family is actually the anime of the season. It's like the seasonal releases. What are those called? Like the season? Whatever.
I don't fucking watch anime seasonally. I'm not a fucking loser.
I don't either. I'm just saying, like I would have loved to be an absolute asshat about Spy Family like that, but unfortunately, people are actually enjoying it. So you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
No, you hate to see that people hate it. Or people are shitting on it because it is a happy depiction of a family.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? You cut out there.
People are hating it because it's an actually happy family.
I know. Ugh. Actual wholesome anime. Oh, gross.
I mean, I'm divorced from anime Twitter, and I was seeing tweets about that. I was like, Spy Family is unrealistic. I was like, shut the fuck up.
Like, what? Yeah, no fucking shit. The little girl's a fucking telepath. Really? It's unrealistic? Wow.
To anime fans, when families on screen are functional and love one another, like their families are dysfunctional. Like, it's just a gif of Walter White hitting the ground. Like, speaking of like Breaking Bad memes, I feel like those don't get old. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, you've seen Breaking Bad, right?
I haven't finished it, but yeah, I have watched it.
Yeah, it's like those memes never get old. Like, if I see a 3D Saw meme, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah.
And I've seen thousands of 3D Saw memes. Like, and they're still funny.
Music.
Yeah, with the music too. It's like it's never not funny. Like, hold on, let me show you this. This shit is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Hold on, where is this? I put this in my favorite video section. I don't use my favorite video section ever.
Before we completely wrap that up, though, I want to say, I want to make a small note that if you enjoy something that is objectively bad, that has been proven to suck, I don't care who you are, I'm gonna make fun of you. That's it.
Yeah, no matter what, no matter who,
on.
no matter who. Jesus,
Memes?
I would still rather.
Memes?
I would still rather people unabashedly enjoy bad things rather than like just be like, well, I mean, it may not be objectively good, but I subjectively like shut the fuck up. Who cares? Like just say it with your whole chest.
Just enjoy what you enjoy. It's not that deep. I don't understand that actually. Now that but like before, I know that I just wanted to add that, but
just keep going. Just keep going. Fuck it.
Yeah. So I don't understand why people will pretend to enjoy things or not fully indulge themselves into things that they say that they enjoy.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, like if I'm not going to use this person's real name, obviously, but I know someone that that they play Apex, right? They're a quote unquote Apex player, but every single time that I talk to them about it, they just tell me, yeah, I don't enjoy this game. I'm only playing it because I have my girlfriend to play it with. I don't actually enjoy it. It's like, why are you pretending to like it then? Like, I know that it's for the sake of, spending time with your significant other, and I get that. But why? Like, why are you going to go out here and say that you enjoy Apex? And you clearly don't. I don't have anything in particular that I wanted to really review or talk about. Everything that I did, honestly, I talked about in the beginning. So I don't have anything big, anything major.
Cool. Then actually we did make 2 hours then. Wow, that's perfect.
Oh, did we?
We did, yeah. Holy shit.
That's one. Oh, actually, hold on. We don't have any details on it yet, but weird profits. Like, have you considered that time and time again after we speak about something on the podcast, it happens?
It's the gift of prophecy. Apollo, did something specific happen this time, or is it just about the 2 hours thing? Because I've observed that I often say shit that comes true later.
That, and I don't know how we didn't discuss it, but Max Payne remake, maybe?
Oh yeah, that! Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes!
So for the listeners that weren't listening in real time, during the last episode, sorry, not the last episode, the previous episode before that, we had spoken about Max Payne, and 2 weeks later,
because you were playing it,
yeah, I was playing Max Payne 1 on PC and re-experiencing the absolute pain that it was. Not because it's a bad game, I just suck at it because I use mouse and keyboard instead of controller because controller doesn't work. But anyways, about 2 weeks later, on a weekend where absolutely nothing was really happening, Remedy just announced that they're remaking Max Payne.
Max Payne 1 and 2.
Fucking nowhere, yeah.
Max Payne 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
They
just came out of nowhere. They said, "Hey, we worked a deal with Rockstar, and we're able to remake it. It's an in-house remake. Thank God." I think I mentioned to you that the one fear I had for it was that it was going to be outsourced, but they did say it was an in-house remake. Which thank God.
Which I mentioned this to you right after, but my hope for it is that it ties in with the new connected universe that Remedy's building which they've already got Alan Wake in control, you know, like, and they reference the events of Alan Wake in control. So I'm like, I'm hoping that like Max Payne just has a couple references to control to Alan Wake, and you know, it's like, hey, this is happening over here. And I'll be like, great.
I'd love to see that. Like, I would have to first play Control because I have not played it yet.
I've played a little bit of it. Here's the thing: the gameplay is really fun. It's like a better version of the gameplay from Alan Wake, which was already really fun. But the story, I don't give a shit. Like, but hey, fucking Sam Lake himself is getting his hands on this, and Max Payne is his baby. Like, I mean, remember, I'm pretty sure I showed you the 20th anniversary video for Max Payne that came out, and that shit was great, you know. And it's like, I'm pretty sure James McCaffrey's coming back to voice him. Which if he didn't, then I wouldn't play it.
Absolute missed opportunity. Yeah.
If he's not, then I'm not playing it. It's as simple as that. I'm not having another Splinter Cell Blacklist happen to me. All right. I'm not having another MGS5. Not to say that MGS5 is bad. I actually think it's really good, overhated and underrated. But like, no David Hayter kind of sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm like holy shit. Thank you, Remedy. Thank you, Sam Lake. I kneel at your feet. I kiss the royal feet of Sam Lake. God, I fucking love that guy.
I hope that they don't touch the difficulty, because I still stand by the fact that it is a pretty difficult game to get into. And I just hope that difficulty is preserved, because it is not a hard game by any means, but I feel like adding in difficulty options, and I say that it's possible just because like the landscape of gaming. Let's be real. A lot of remakes or remasters I've noticed just randomly get difficulty options. And I hope that this isn't the case here. But we'll have to see. You know, I'm glad to see that Max Payne
I'm pretty sure Max Payne 1 had difficulty options, dude.
I don't when I played, I don't recall it having any difficulty options.
It totally did. I'm pretty sure there's an achievement for beating the game under a certain time limit. Let me see. Max Payne.
Okay, but that isn't a difficulty per se.
Nope, there's difficulty modes. There's like hard boiled, death on arrival. There's different difficulty levels in Max Payne 1.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I played it on the second hardest one, I think.
Wait, Max Payne 1, you said? Doesn't that scale like based on how good you're doing, like RE4 did?
You have to complete the game once to unlock more difficulty options.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You beat it on those, you unlock more. You beat it on those, you unlock more. I'm pretty sure there's like 5 total difficulty options, and 3 of them are locked at the start. So
that'd be pretty cool to see adaptive difficulty again. That's something that we haven't seen in gaming for a while.
I don't think. Does Max Payne 1 have adaptive difficulty? I don't remember it having adaptive.
That's what I thought, because I remember I looked something up on it and I saw it being compared to RE4, and I know RE4 had adaptive difficulty, like depending on how good or bad you were doing.
Yeah.
So like I thought it did. I could be wrong. Let me see if I can find anything on that. Let's see. It says here the game difficulty in Max Payne scales on how often you die. If you make it far without dying a lot, the game will keep getting harder. So I guess that's confirmation. I don't know. That's
weird, given the fact that there are also difficulty options.
Jesus. I mean, that does make sense though. Like you beat the game once and then you unlock them. That does make sense.
Okay. Cool. Anyways, Max Payne good.
Max Payne very good. You should play it before the remakes because it is that good of a game.
Yes, it is.
All of them.
Question.
Actually, I can't speak on 3 because I don't.
Max Payne 3 is anything fine.
Like I remember playing it, but
it has a fantastic soundtrack. That's the number one thing. It has a fantastic soundtrack. Question. Did you watch the new Doctor Strange?
I did. I did.
What'd you think? Because a lot of people on the internet have been saying that it's garbage.
That is false. I'm
Based.
just gonna say
Based.
that.
Based.
That is absolutely false. I thought it
Based.
was a fantastic movie.
Yes.
I don't really care, honestly, for Doctor Strange's character, but I don't care about him as a character. But I still enjoyed the movie. I think the movie was good. I don't know why people are saying that it's bad.
Most people were saying it's bad because of its editing and because it wasn't full of
because of fucking Sam Raimi. Yeah, of course. Yeah. They can't. I don't understand. My sister made that comment as we were walking out, and I just straight up told her, "Shut the fuck up."
You should have done that with this. We should have hit her with the sweet chin music for that, bro. Just awful take.
That's so fucking so gross. My cousin also had a similar take, but it was more about how they dropped Wanda's character, which I completely disagree with. I don't see.
Let me be real with you.
It goes off. It goes off of the end of WandaVision, right? It literally ends with her reading the Darkhold, and then people were saying, she felt rushed, or her character wasn't developed, or she didn't get enough character development. I'm like,
no, her character just fucking sucks. It's the difference.
She was already corrupted by the Darkhold at that point. What the fuck were you expecting? She is going to be batshit crazy.
Yeah, she just sucks. That's the difference. She's just an awful person.
I said this. Thank you, Adam. I said this. I was I was having a conversation with someone, and I basically said that exact thing. I said, Marvel hasn't known what to do with Wanda for years.
Yeah,
and
since she showed up.
It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. Ever since Age of Ultron, she hasn't. They have no idea what to do with her. So thank you, Based and Wanda pilled, Adam.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't like Scarlet Witch. Period. The coolest thing she ever did was kill off 96% of mutants, and that was it. That's it. I don't like Wanda at all. I never have liked Wanda. She's the only interesting thing about her is her kids, because her kids are cool. Wiccan and Hulkling. So it's
mm-hmm.
Or it's Wiccan and Speed, not Hulkling. Wiccan's dating Hulkling. Speed's her other kid. So just I hate Wanda. She sucks.
You just hate Wanda hater. Damn.
I mean, her whole character arc in this movie is you've seen that clip from Family Guy where it's Brian telling Quagmire, "No, listen, until you have kids, you don't understand." That's her whole character arc. She was
True.
You had all of her fucking Wanda stand accounts on Twitter being she's so right when she says that Doctor Strange gets to be the good guy. I was dog, she literally captured innocent people. Yeah, this is also I think I reached my breaking point after this movie came out because Marvel movie TikTok started burning to the ground.
Oh god, what happened? Oh no.
I'm pretty sure I posted an Instagram story where some guy was running a comic book, quote unquote. And I say quote unquote for a reason. I'm pulling the story up now.
Mm-hmm.
Account on TikTok. I'm not going to say his because I don't want him to get in trouble, or I don't want anybody to go say anything to him, even though he's fucking stupid. Where's this?
No, it's deserved.
Shit. Archives by the day. It doesn't archive by post. God damn it! I gotta find this shit somewhere. God fuck. Here it is. So some guy was "Can you explain what the plot of Secret Wars is?" And some dude was like, "Take Captain America: Civil War, but make it the multiverse." That's not what it is. That's not
I haven't even read most of it.
Neither did that guy.
Wrong.
Neither did that guy. Neither did he. All right. The difference is you don't come on the podcast acting like you know everything, and that guy's whole TikTok account is acting like it. Fucking stupid. Like comic MCU fans read the comics challenge. Impossible. I'm not saying that you have to read the comics to appreciate it. I'm just saying don't say that you do and then don't. You know what I mean? Just don't be a hypocrite. It's like that TikToker was like, "I just bought this Captain Marvel comic and Spider-Man's in it and he doesn't look like Tom Holland. What's going on here?"
No way.
Yeah, that was a real thing.
That
was a real thing.
No.
That shit irritated me. I stuck a pistol in my mouth just to feel alive again after that. You know?
Fuck no, absolutely not. We're not doing that here. None of that here on the podcast. Fuck that.
Yeah. But
that's fucked.
Anyways, that's all I got.
Before we wrap up, now that we're on the topic of Marvel, like just really quick, I just want to hear your very quick thoughts on Moon Knight, because my opinion,
it was garbage. It was terrible. It was bad. It was awful. It was the worst thing I've ever seen.
It changed. At first, I was kind of like,
listen, I'm gonna, before you say that, I'm gonna be the most disrespectful person I can. I thought Iron Fist season 1 was better.
I'm throwing up in my mouth right now because I want to say it was that bad.
It was. You can be wrong all you fucking want, but it was that. It was terrible. It was fucking bad.
Okay, wait. What did you dislike so much about it? It's not that I'm entirely disagreeing with you, because like I did think it was kind of boring. Because after I think I mentioned to you that I did start reading the Moon Knight, some like the older ones, like when he first appeared, like a few months ago, and I did continue reading, and I was kind of disappointed. But like, what made you think it was that bad?
I thought it was poorly paced. The characters sucked. I think the depictions of the different personalities is stupid. I think the CGI is bad. It didn't get any better.
It was so bad.
It didn't get any better. Yeah, I think it was too short too. It's 6 episodes. Defenders season 1 was 6 episodes, and that was coming after like 6 seasons of TV.
True.
6 episodes. Yeah, that shit was bad. I thought I just wouldn't have done it. I don't see how this is going to tie in anything at all. What's the point of releasing something in this giant universe if it's not going to tie into anything? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think that's a necessarily bad thing to release a standalone project. I don't think that's necessarily.
Is it going to tie into the other fucking shows? Because the other Marvel Netflix shows tied into themselves and didn't have much to do with the main universe at all, but they were relied on each other, and that was the whole appeal of them. It's like, I'm not saying being a standalone thing is bad, but I'm just saying that if your whole gimmick is that you're a part of this interconnected universe and that's your main gimmick and you don't leverage it, you're wasting my fucking time.
Yeah, not doing anything with it. Yeah.
Like, I can read like a Marvel comic that is a one-off and doesn't tie into anything else, because that's what I expect from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you can read Spider-Man and, read Iron Man and have completely different experiences telling different stories that don't intersect at all. You know what I mean? But the MCU's main gimmick and the thing that gets them fucking views and sales and stupid fans is all the shit. Like, I'm confident when I say that Martin Scorsese was right. I've completely 180'd on that. Dude was right. These movies are terrible for the industry and for the general movie-going audience. I fucking hate them. I'm starting to hate them. Mostly because I think that they're shit now. I think Phase 4 sucks. I think Loki sucks.
Hey, there's no need to disrespect Shang-Chi like that. Hey, chill.
Hey, listen. Hold on. I didn't even say anything about Shang-Chi. Get out of here, you over-defensive bastard. Did I say the word Shang-Chi? Did I say Shang-Chi?
You're putting it in there.
Did I even get to finish my statement?
No, fuck you.
No, exactly. You get over defensive. Automatically assuming I'm coming for Shang-Chi. No, I was actually going to say that Spider-Man and Shang-Chi were the only good things to come out so far. And Doctor Strange. But, you fucking had to rush to the defense of Shang-Chi. And I wasn't even attacking him.
I'm a Shang-Chi dick rider, dog.
I'm not going to dick rider. I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I'm not going to say that you're wrong, okay? But the difference is that it's had 3 hits so far, and everything else has been mid or bad.
True.
What if?
True.
Mid. Loki, bad. Fucking Moon Knight, mid and bad. All right? WandaVision, most of it, pretty mid.
I think the only thing that was good to come out of it was the very end of Hawkeye. The very
Hawkeye!
end.
I forgot that was real.
Honestly, me
man.
too. Me too. Up
Most
until
of Hawkeye was mid.
You could have just said bad. You know, you could have just said bad.
It would have been bad if Wilson Fisk didn't show up.
Yeah, true. You got me there.
But no, just Vincent D'Onofrio's back cracked under the weight. That shit was mid. All right. It was straight mid.
Tell him.
Like, I don't, like, God damn it. These shits used to hit differently back in the day. All right. Now, I'm not going to be around here praising Netflix, but, you know, actually, no, I'm not going to praise them at all. The people who made Daredevil were awful people. Well, I should say awful person.
Oh, really?
Jeff Loeb sucks. Jeff Loeb's a racist and he's an awful person.
Oh, right. Fuck no.
Yeah, Jeff Loeb has written some of my favorite comics. He's also a terrible person who's like racist against Asians. So, you know what?
Fuck? Hell no.
I mean, hell yeah. I know about this shit. He sucks. He deserves to fucking get his balls poked with a fire poker. You know. But I'm not gonna lie and say that those Netflix Marvel shows weren't hitting. I mean, some of them weren't. Jessica Jones season 3 didn't hit. Iron Fist season 1 didn't really hit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were good, they were great.
That's true.
So, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like Luke Cage season 1 and 2 weren't cultural events for the Black community. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like they weren't, because they absolutely were. They absolutely were. So.
Then hey, out of it we got like number 2 best superhero show right next to Spectacular Spider-Man.
Caparoonie.
No, I said what I said.
Caparoonie.
We've had this discussion before.
I mean, we've had this discussion, and you're fucking wrong.
No.
There is no bad depiction of Spider-Man except for Andrew Garfield, though. That's. Oh man, I'm pretty sure we talked about it when No Way Home came out. But wait, hold on, what?
No. I was just gonna say you saw that he got his check and he bounced.
Yeah, he did. Good for him.
But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure we talked about it when No Way Home came out, but the Andrew Garfield Dick Riders came out.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah! Speaking of Dick Riders coming out in full force, Avatar 2 got a trailer, and like everybody was suddenly an Avatar fan. Like I was like, who the fuck? Where were you guys for the past like 12 years, bro? Avatar sucks. Like Avatar 1 is bad. Like we made fun of that movie for years for having hair sex. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, Avatar 1 was a masterpiece. Like, yeah, we do realize that the only reason that it made that much money is because it was so fucking expensive to go see it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're going to pretend like, now we're just going to rewrite history and be like, oh, Avatar 1 was great. No, it wasn't. No, it was not. Everybody said it was boring. I know because everybody I know that saw it said it was boring. But now, oh man, Avatar 2, The Way of the Water looks so good. I'm praying that this shit fails. I'm praying so hard that it fails. Because they're like, hey, we're making 5 more Avatars. Great. I hope all of them fail.
Even if it does fail, does it really matter? Because
yes,
didn't they take all this time to release a second movie because they were actually shooting another 2 or 3? Like those are practically done by now, are they not? So like even if
Avatar 2 was supposed to come out in 2020, bruh.
Damn.
James Cameron was like, no, people have to be in the theater to see this boring 3-hour piece of shit.
They're gonna forget about by the time that they walk out of the theater.
Dude, Avatar sucks. Like Avatar 2 is gonna suck, and I want it to fail because you can't be so confident in this movie that you've already greenlit like 5 sequels. You can't do that.
There's no
so
way.
That's why I'm hoping it fails. Like if you announce that it's connected from the jump, I hope it fails. Look what happened to the Dark Universe. Saying that name just makes me smile because it sucks. Just saying the Dark Universe just makes me feel warm in my tum tum, because I remember how good it felt to watch that franchise crash and burn off startup. Just wow. That's all I got. That's legitimately it. I'm out.
It felt nice to get that out of our systems to wrap up the episode.
Yeah.
That was quite literally perfect.
That was amazing. I hope that you guys enjoyed the episode, and we're back finally. Thank God.
In full force.
Full fucking force. So, I just want to, like I said, I want to thank every one of you for sticking around for this 2.5 hour show. And I want to thank you, Joe, for coming back. I missed you. I was close to quitting. But
yeah.
But we're back.
Not this time. Not this time.
Not anymore. But anyways, stream that new Mario.
Mario go get his checks.